Topstep's Michael Patak wants to self-regulate the prop trading world, but is this a power grab that could ruin traders? Stick around, I'm gonna break down why this is dangerous, and I'm gonna share the public's heated, and I mean heated reaction, and then I'm gonna announce a giveaway of a $50,000 take profit trader evaluation. Let's get into it. Buckle up, guys, because in today's video, we're diving into some serious prop drama. Topstep's Michael Patak just dropped a bombshell on X about starting an organization to self-regulate the prop space, the entire prop world, really. And I'm here to tell you why this could be dangerous, in my opinion, and a complete disaster for the prop space, and specifically you and I as traders. But first, I'm going to be kicking things off with the rules for a new giveaway that we're going to be doing right here for a Take Profit Trader 50K evaluation. And I'm sure you're going to want to jump on that. Then I'm going to break down Patak's X post, share my unfiltered, and do I mean unfiltered, take on this, and then I'm going to reveal what the trading community has to say about it in the comment section of that very X post. Let's get it going. As we get into this video, do me a quick favor, smash that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and if you want a shot at winning a $50,000 evaluation with Take Profit Trader, then you gotta do a couple things here for me. Number one, you gotta comment in the comment section, you gotta like the video, and then follow me over on X. A link will be left in the description and comment section of this video. You do all three, you'll be entered into the shot at winning a 50K TPT eval, and I will announce the winner later this week in the community section. All right, as we do, guys, let's jump into this video here. And right out the gate, you can see Michael Patak from Take Profit Trader regarding self-regulation of the futures industry. Attention, futures prop owners, executives. I just sent out the first email kickstarting the conversation on developing an SRO. If you didn't receive this email and are a futures prop executive owner, DM me your email. Building forward together. This sounds a lot like a homeowners association. We all hate HOAs and Karens, so how is this going to develop itself? He says, read before you judge. Framework may look like others that have done this. FX industry did this with the FX Global Code, which helped the space set industry best practices and establish globally recognized self-regulatory models. So let's see. This is from FX Global Code. The code does not impose legal or regulatory obligations on market participants, nor does it substitute for regulation, but rather it is intended to serve as a supplement to any and all local laws, rules, and regulations by identifying global good practices and process. Because nothing says awesome and freedom like adding rules on top of other rules, which are on top of regulations, which are on top of laws. Yay, big government. No, bro. What are we talking about here? Initially, I wrote this. This is a great start, but in my opinion, the only way this works properly is if 51% of the people sitting on the board are not prop owners executives. Why? Because why would you do that? Why would you want that? Have you ever seen the police itself? Nothing ever happens. You get a paid vacation and that's about it. So if you don't like policing themselves, would you really want the prop firm space being starting like a little bit of a club, a little HOA, right? With nothing but prop firm owners and executives? I know I damn well don't want that, and I don't like that at all. That's why I said at least 51% has to be people sitting on the board that are not owners, that are not executives at prop firms. It can't be, it shouldn't be, right? And the more I think about it, the less I like this at all. The more I want to say, no, none of this. There should be not a single prop firm owner, not a single prop firm executive on the board of one of these things. That's my opinion anyways. We're going to see how this develops. But before we do and time passes, let's see what people have to say. JMU, out the gates. Nope. The wolf at the hen house door. Prop firm CEO pushes to police the industry. Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you. 100%. Already liked it. Brian Stong says, this is great. No, I don't think so. Not so much. As long as the goal is to help keep the industry clean and thriving, not to group prop firms together to scheme and control the space. But the reality of that is that we don't live in a fucking utopia where everything's perfect and everybody's singing Kumbaya and there's freaking rainbows and sunshine and unicorns flying all over the place. So that's not what's going to happen, because anytime you have the wolves in the hen house, even if one of them wants to protect the rest of the hens, guess what's going to happen every so often? Oh, a little hen over there went missing. And in this case, it's going to be your account. Let's click here because I did comment to this. Futures Trading with Kellyanne said, I like the idea of regulating the props a bit, but can't have the fox guarding the chickens. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want government regulation. I don't think there's a single three-letter agency in this entire world that does anything good for its citizens. It just doesn't. And in the case of what we're looking at here, regulating kind of, even though this would be voluntary, like a HOA, right? Well, at least a voluntary HOA, then I don't like it. It just doesn't seem right. You got 100%. The goal is to thrive. TEGA will have a website and also show its criteria that all members are following. Don't care, don't want the prop firm owners and executives running that show. With full transparency on decisions and conversations be shared publicly. But it doesn't matter. Bro, public information is out there for the government, right? But these bastards do backdoor deals all the time out there in the government. What makes us think that that would not be the case in this same type of little club? It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is, and it can happen. Brian, in no way would this be good if it's only ran by prop firm owners, executives. Think of it like police policing themselves. We all know how that works out. I'm fine with it to a degree as long as non-owners are on this board, and even then, it's something us customers need to think about very much. You name me a 3-letter government agency that does any good for citizens. I apply the same rule to this idea. We live in a world where everybody, not everybody, but people beg for the government or for regulations, you know, even within this industry. Oh my God, please protect me from myself because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, but I'm passionate about it because I'm tired of seeing it. And then regulation comes in, and when regulations come in, what happens next? The people in charge of the regulation, they line their pockets left and right. Some way, somehow, we see it on the daily, and I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this video. I probably will, because I'm more of the, we are adults, we need to inform ourselves thoroughly, and then we need to make decisions based on the information we have gathered. And along the way, I've been screwed. We're all going to be screwed at some point in some time with something, because just the way the world is, it's never 100% fair. But I rather have freedom of choice on things like this than not have it, right? That way, if I get screwed, I can say, damn it, I didn't read that. I didn't read that, right? Or, damn it, they screwed me. But there'll be recourses when they screw you for real. But in the case of these types of associations, I'm just not a fan of them overall. Can it be done properly? Maybe, and I am open to it being done properly. But again, the only way I see that this can be done properly is if the majority of the people on the board are not owners. As a matter of fact, I think that there should probably be 0 owners. Let's say you're going to have a 6-person board in charge of this. If you have more than 2 prop owners on that 6-person, on that 6-seat board, you got too many prop owners. And I'm sorry, and I know that there might be prop owners watching this video and they're going to hate me for it. And I know there's going to be prop owners on this video watching it saying Jesse's got a point, because I can see them in the firms in the way they run. Which ones would agree with me? Probably. And which ones will probably not agree with me. And I'm okay putting that information out there, because at the end of the day, these are my opinions personally. And the beauty of it all is that I can adapt as a trader, as a consumer, as an affiliate to the industry as it changes. And does it need changes? Certainly. Some changes. We've discussed some of them here on this channel over the last 6 months. Is this a change it needs? Maybe, but not by prop owners and executives. So let's scroll on down and see what other people have to say. It feels like Patak may be prioritizing his business goals a bit more than the best interest of his customers. Do you seriously think that that's the case? Getting it too obvious from Topstep. I'm pretty sure it's a scheme to control the space. A few months ago, he stated he wanted to team up with props to stop traders from going long in one prop and short in another. That is actually true. Look, I'm sure that happens out there. So freaking what? As long as the trader is trading at that other firm within that firm's rules, have fun at it, man. Have fun at it. This is an industry where everybody can make real good money. The owners, the executives, affiliates, and the traders. Everybody can make really good money as long as greed doesn't take over and you don't try to screw over a prop that you're trading at, and you don't try to screw over your traders that are trading at your prop. This, I will 100% end up being them grouping together to scheme for better profits for themselves while developing an SRO. Definitely sounds like he's afraid of competition coming in, which I hope isn't the case. You better watch them. All right, let's get out of here. See what else we've got to say. Stop Topstep scared. Since you all pay people 1099 loophole, which is not really pay for trading, pretend that if someone was banned from Prop X, so in reality fired from the company, they can't trade, be rehired at a prop firm Y, as independent contractors. This will be fun class action lawsuit to watch unfold. Yeah, think about it, because if you have that little group, that little boys club, right? I don't know if there's any female prop owners out there, but a boys and girls club over there, prop owners and executives, and prop A kicks somebody off for whatever reason, right? Because we've seen some props recently kick people away for complaining in a rough way. So they fire somebody from the firm, right? They're no longer a contractor of said firm. And now they go and they tell the other owners in that little circle jerk, and they're like, hey, don't let that guy come to your firm because this and that. Don't like it. It lends itself to a lot of things that none of us like. And I love seeing it in the comment section. The majority of people so far saying things like what I'm saying, because it is the reality. I am glad to see us as traders and as customers, as consumers, have begun to educate ourselves in these types of matters. Collusion at its finest. Actually, quite the opposite. It holds every firm accountable to what the criteria of being a member is. This would be public website. It's non-for-profit SRO. No prop, including Topstep, would own it, and all the members getting audited to follow that criteria. But then who's running it? That's the thing. You can't have prop owners and executives running this. Who is running it? That's the key point and takeaway there. And of course, this is something like, it's like an HOA, guys. I'm gonna call it what it is, that you can join if you want or not join. And if you remember correctly, I think it was way back in November of last year, 2024, I spoke about starting an organization like this, and we've seen some kind of start when they did the class action lawsuits, forgot their name right now, against fast track trading, but it really wasn't to regulate the props. It was more along the lines of being able to back traders who got screwed by a prop. And I think that's all we really need, is a strong organization that is protecting the traders, not an organization that is trying to regulate the club. And then you have a club of 5-10 prop firms, and they're all kind of having the same rules. That doesn't benefit anybody in the trader side of things, because they're all kind of going to be together, almost like a monopoly. And then you have where they might have the same rules, same pricing, and all. It breeds no competition. And competition amongst them is good for us. This is great if the goal is to keep the prop trading industry clean and thriving, but if it's all about forming alliances to control and manipulate the space, that's a whole different story. Look, the reality is that even if it starts off in this fashion right here, it can turn into this, even in just part. And that's what we can't have happen. Apex pays out over $4 million to 2 traders in a week. Suddenly MP wants to self-regulate, sure. And you got here, not a bad move, to be honest. A cleaner and more sustainable space benefits us all. Santa Claus is real. It doesn't look good, to be honest. Nice try, Diddy. Wouldn't this require customer data to be shared with other props? Kind of illegal stuff. You can't be sharing my personal stuff with the props. I'm not signing off on that. I can see this hurting the props if they try to formulate a union against us, basically. That's not going to be good. This sounds like trying to get all the prop owners together to make the rules harder for traders. Not the best look. I'm seeing it across the board here, guys. People don't like it. People don't seem to want it at all. So I suggest these props drop this real quick, because I can see the pitchfork already starting to form. Who made you chief executioner? This is not a positive for the prop space. What has Topstep done for the industry? There you go, guys. People don't seem to like this at all. And I'm gonna say the truth. I'm glad to see that most people out the gates here are having the same type of reaction I'm having. So Jesse, what's the solution to this? The solution to this is kind of simple, in my opinion. It's become an informed consumer across the board. Stop buying whatever just shows up on the first page top of Google, because oftentimes it's just an ad. It's not really an SEO Google search that actually ranked itself up there because it has quality. So stop being that type of consumer, especially in the prop evaluation space, where you're buying these prop evals, trying to get funded so you can make money and become a better trader. Get more informed and become more responsible in that sense. What could happen here in the future? Well, maybe some sort of similar type of program, but on the trader side of things, where the traders themselves, with their pocketbook, tell the prop space who's boss and what type of rules we like, what type of rules we don't like, what type of policies we like, and what type of policies we don't like. Whereas not us sitting here letting prop owners make a little organization to tell us which props are safe and which props are not, which rules we should like, which rules and policies we should not like. That's what we need to do. It needs to be reversed. It can't be this way. It's got to be reversed. Anyways, reverse it all. Check out the description section of this video for any coupon codes and props that I still think are really good and benefit traders depending on their status being brand new, intermediate, or advanced. And maybe we'll pop a video here pretty soon where I can recalibrate these props and show you which ones I think are good for new traders, which ones are good for intermediate, which ones are good for advanced, and which ones are good for everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Smash that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, hit that notification bell so you're alerted when I upload my next video, and I'll catch you on another one. Peace.